Our dairy industry is doing relatively well. Milk production increased from 4.6 billion liters in 2022 to over 5.3 billion liters, an increase of about 15.2%. We're able to process milk from over 755,000 liters to just over 1 million liters, increase of about 34%. This is the formally marketed milk, and the value of that also went to over 50 billion shillings from 35.7 billion shillings, an increase of over 40% in terms of value of formally marketed milk. This saw an increase in dairy cooperatives. More youth are engaged now in dairy production, and we have done a transformational shift, a paradigm shift in terms of the way we are marketing our milk and selling it, from volume-based in terms of number of liters to quality-based, where our farmers are paid more based on the quality of milk they produce. We are calling it from volume to value. In the meat value chain, we have protected over 2.7 million animals worth about 32 billion shillings in our livestock insurance program. Honorable Speaker and Honorable Senators, in fact, just next week we'll be announcing a payout in our drought-stricken areas of over 500 million shillings for the insured pastoralists. We are running a national mass vaccination campaign where we have already vaccinated over 10 million animals across tens of counties, and we've been working with the county governments on this program. It is ongoing as we speak. Our meat exports increased by 45% from 8.9 billion shillings to about almost 13 billion shillings now. And we are stepping up our artificial insemination efforts to ensure that we can improve our breeds. Again, this is implemented together with the county governments. In the apiculture value chain, we've seen our honey production increase from 17 million kilograms to about 20 million kilograms to date. This has been occasioned by distribution of beehives, harvesting kits and extractors provided to our local youth, women and apiculture farmers at the grassroots. In terms of capacity building and technical support, we were able to train over 2,400 veterinary interns, which were deployed to the counties to get practical on-the-field job experience. And we've also trained over 6,500 youth at our livestock training institutes. And Honorable Senators, these young people that are trained in our LTIs go out into the field to become extension workers for our agriculture farmers. On regulation and standards, we have registered over 3,000 veterinary medicines through our Veterinary Medicines Directorate. We've registered nearly 15,000 veterinary professionals through the Kenya Veterinary Board. We've inspected over 1,800 veterinary practices and licensed them, and also more than doubled the number of registered dairy business operators from 1,200 plus to over 5,000 through the Kenya Dairy Board. Honorable Senators, these challenges, these successes don't come without challenges. Like any other sector or industry, we are faced with challenges which we hope to put our heads together this morning to see if we can overcome. Number one is the low agricultural budget. We know under the African Union's heads of state, Maputo Declaration, Kampala Declaration, all the heads of states in Africa made a resolution that 10% of their national budgets, or each nation's budgets, should be to agriculture. We are only at about 2.7%, way below the 10% that was agreed by heads of states all over Africa. So that is something that we need to really look at and progressively increase it, even if it is just trying to get to 5% as we move ahead. We are challenged with low production and productivity because of, again, extension, especially lack of extension services, which the Honorable Senator Kajwang spoke about here, and that's something we'll be discussing a little later. We depend on rain-fed and low-tech farming. The future of agriculture is here with us. Agriculture has changed, and now we are focusing on agri-tech, use of technology to ensure that we can increase productivity. And agriculture does not depend on rain. It depends on water. So we really welcome in our ministry our government's National Infrastructure Fund proposal, which of course will ask the Senate to support, because this will see us build infrastructure like dams that will help us irrigate and stop depending on rain-fed agriculture. There's low value addition and weak markets. Under our economic transformation program, we have moved from silos now into value chains with a very, very big focus on value addition so that we can put more money in the pockets of our farmers. Food and feed safety issues has also been a challenge with us. I know there is legislation to cure this, that mediation should have started between the Senate and the National Assembly, and that is something we'll be asking in our legislative interventions to try and see if we can fast track that will really guide our country on ensuring that our food and animal feed is safe, both for our consumption and also through a One Health approach. Climate shocks have been a big challenge, as we are all alive to the fact that we are currently undergoing a drought in some areas of our country, especially the north, and this again has been a big challenge in our sector, both for crops and for livestock. Limited agricultural financing is also an issue. Giving credit, affordable credit, to our farmers so that they can scale has been a challenge. I know our minister has been pushing for, again, another policy and legislative intervention with our Agricultural Finance Corporation to lift the ceiling from 2 billion to 10 billion so that we can avail more credit to our farmers. Low research and data investment, we are also going to be addressing that through an intervention that will be coming to you senators via a legislation on data and information. We have an aging farming population, so we need to really make agriculture cool for our young people so that they can also see that agriculture is not just something for retirees, but it is a livelihood that puts money in the pockets of our youth. And of course, land fragmentation has been a challenge, which is adequately being addressed now through the government's affordable housing program, so that we can move people closer into the towns where there's good services such as water, electricity, good roads, and other services, schools, and leave the farmlands for the farmers to be able to produce food. So interventions to some of these challenges, I'll go through them real quick. Increasing of our agricultural budget, scaling up irrigation and mechanization, using modern technology and quality inputs, promoting agro-processing and farmer cooperatives for aggregation and market access and linkages, strengthen food safety standards and disease control, promoting climate-smart agriculture, increasing access to affordable agricultural financing, investing heavily in agricultural research, and developing land policies that will talk to our land fragmentation challenge. Our legislative and policy interventions are as follows. We know, despite the importance of agriculture to our economy and our people, we have underperformed relatively to its potential. So we've talked about our production and productivity levels. Our value addition has been limited. Private investment because of lack of access to affordable credit. And also the challenges that we spoke about, exposure to climate, market, and macroeconomic shocks. Major policies I'm advised that some things have changed in our next session, our next part of our presentation on legislative and policy interventions. So this might be a little different from what's on your screen, but not too different. The policy bills, acts of parliament that are currently underway. We have the livestock bill, which is in the National Assembly for deliberation. The livestock master plan is under preparation to be finalized by June 2026. And the establishment of an animal identification and traceability system, which we are calling ANITRAC bill. The system is developed and the draft bill is undergoing public participation as we speak. We have the animal health bill that's been processed by the Attorney General. Animal welfare and protection bill is being processed by the Attorney General. The livestock research agenda has already been developed and it will be launched before the end of this financial year. Health products and technologies bill is in the Senate for consideration. The ministry proposes exclusion of veterinary medicine from its scope of regulation. This has lumped human medicine and veterinary medicine together, which is against global best practices. We have the Food and Feed Safety Coordination Bill. It's committed to a mediation committee. Our ministry requests humbly for speedy finalization of that between the Senate and the National Assembly. Veterinary Practice and Veterinary Medicines Bill. The technical draft is ready for final legal drafting by the Attorney General. Animal Production Professionals and Technicians Bill. This has been submitted to Cabinet for consideration and approval before introduction to Parliament. Dairy Industry Bill. Honorable Senators, our dairy industry right now is being governed by a bill that is an act that is pre-independence, I think 1959. And so we've come up with a new industry-led dairy bill. Is currently being drafted, final drafting by the AG, then it will go to Cabinet and onward to Parliament. Kenya Digital Agricultural Data Policy and Bill. This is in public participation. This is what is going to digitize our agricultural sector for production, higher production and productivity, and ensure really that we embrace agri-tech. Kenya Plant Health Inspectorate Services Amendment Bill. It's approved by Cabinet, waiting for introduction into Parliament. The Pest Controls Products Bill, National Assembly Bill number 48 of 2025 is in its first reading. Plant Protection Bill, again in the National Assembly, in its first reading. Seed and Plants Varieties Bill is in the final drafting for stakeholder consultation stage. The Coffee Bill is to be referred to a mediation committee between the National Assembly and the Senate. The draft Sustainable Financing and Subsidy Management Policy Framework is being processed for Cabinet approval, and the draft National Coffee Policy is also being processed for Cabinet approval. As I conclude a presentation, honorable senators, what is our call to action? What is it that we would like us to partner and work together to ensure that we can use to transform our agriculture sector? We know agriculture and food security are not optional priorities. They are foundational to national stability, and therefore for agriculture to drive inclusive growth, we call upon the Senate to, 1, ensure that devolution is fully supported with adequate resources and funds for the agricultural sector from the county governments. Out of the 10%, I think I am aware, if my memory serves me right, that only Samburu County avails 10% of its county budget to agriculture. Would like to see other counties also prioritize agriculture so that we can drive inclusive growth. Would also like support for policy and legislative reforms under development. You've seen we have over 20 or so bills that are going to be before you. Some are already before you, some are under mediation. So we'd like support so that we can enact those quickly. Support also the national and devolved governments to act as partners in developing the agricultural sector by introducing agriculture liaison officers at the counties, 1 per ward, in order to better coordinate agriculture interventions under the Joint Agriculture Sector Committee framework, which sits in the county and in the Council of Governors. Honorable Senators, we find there's a big gap as the counties implement agriculture and a disconnect between what we are doing for policy